against the Jaguars and the Texans. All that and more coming up next.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, it's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Lawrence looking to pass on the first play. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Lawrence to Chenault for a Jaguar first.
Laviska Shenault, here's a name that a lot of teams league-wide have kept eyes on. Thrown a bit under the radar through his first 2 seasons, but he has produced 600 yards in each as a target eater. Not hard to see why the league remains high on him, especially when he makes catches like that.
Now Lawrence on first down. And that is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Lawrence will throw. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring your running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. And to throw again is Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Here's Lawrence. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Caught by Jones. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. And the
defense? How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A man coming off a washout 2021. It's Travis Etienne. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Touchdown! Travis Etienne, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. And he'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. 2nd-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Mills on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Now the rookie 4th-round pick. This is Dameon Pierce. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. On 3rd down, here's Mills. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. 17 carries, 70 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On play action, Mills. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Now he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. It was all capped off by a run from the rookie, Dameon Pierce. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away from the 6. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one. For Kirk, there's a peek at the numbers in last week's game. 8 catches, 93 yards, and a score. And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Robinson will try to pick it up. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And his throw here's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Lawrence to throw. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. A first down throw for Mills. Got a man. It's Collins complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. looking to throw again on second down. Mills, that's underneath to Pierce, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Play action now, Mills. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
7-7, our score after 1. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Mills now from the 50. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Mills again. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Pierce now up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. The Texans at a disappointing 0-4 through the first month of the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Off the play fake, Mills. Over the middle, complete. That's Pierce. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
A lot of guys playing this game. There's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. Gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the shotgun, it's Mills. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, Mills. And he's got Jordan complete right side. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Coming up in prime time here in Week 5, a couple of division rivalries on the docket, beginning tonight in the AFC North with the Bengals and Ravens from Baltimore at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Raiders and Chiefs from Arrowhead in the AFC West. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence finds the open target, Arnold. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. ETN up the middle, gets around him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. From the 31, Lawrence. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll and this drive continues to plunge forward.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, Lawrence. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. Back to the ground with Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That's about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Looking to throw on second down. Mills. His throw incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Mills. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense taking over again as we eat closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A run for Pierce out of the gun. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll get started out in Denver. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Javonte Williams. What a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 touchdown passes there for Mitchell Trubisky. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Deshaun Watson, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. It's a tied football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a handoff for Pierce. 98 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Dameon Pierce is such a fun guy to watch as a runner. He can make a guy miss 1 second and then power through a defender the next. Never had a 100-yard game while at Florida, but I expect more than a handful here in the NFL.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Mills. And that'll be incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Open man there is Collins, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion. That one was hard to fathom. They were in the dime. They had 6 DBs back there. They still lost it.
Great word, because I'm right there with you. I don't understand how they couldn't pick him up. But don't be surprised next week early, there's some extra people in the locker room. Maybe a tryout or two for those guys who missed him.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Mills to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A.J. Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On play action, Lawrence. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely getting the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Robinson up the middle. They juked him, and he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Robinson with another carry. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
A 2-yard pickup.
Lawrence will throw. And Ingram hauls it in. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And they'll run with Etienne. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Lawrence. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram from 3 yards out. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from drawing level. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the 3rd quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Crosby with the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
108 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Mills hit, and he loses the ball. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved. And that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Lawrence. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. Incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
On 2nd and goal, Lawrence. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Lawrence. Touchdown, Jaguars! Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jaguars use the short field to get in for 6.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now out comes Houston. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mills going deep downfield for Ross. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. That's underneath to Pierce. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mills now. Delivers another one to Pierce. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first down throw for Mills. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mills. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Mills. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Back now in Jacksonville. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 14.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The sack there by Rasheem Green. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Pierce. Able to avoid him at the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Here's Mills. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Mills. And he whips that one incomplete there. And this offense on third down today, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 7. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Mills, 4th down, got to have it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jordan. And he is going to have a Texans first down, as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Give to Pierce. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw, Mills. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
Well, let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And they'll run with Pierce. Able to slither by. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mills. Now he's forced out left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Throwing, Mills. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. He hit his first. Now this from 43. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone. So
here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Finds his man on the out route. It's Chenault. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Now Lawrence to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston set to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. On 1st and 10, Mills. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Throwing again on second down. Mills. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Mills to throw it. A bullet throw, but incomplete. There's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Now Lawrence. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up.
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Straight ahead, Etienne gets past one man, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. He's got a man, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 39 yards there, a big one. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook. And that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Trevor Lawrence keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by Trevor Lawrence taking it in himself. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's Mills and the Texans down by 11. A minute 45 to play. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. Mills on 1st down. A quick throw, but incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. Nifty move. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 1st down, Mills. That's complete to Pierce. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Now Mills. And that will be incomplete. Mills to throw for it on 4th. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the 2nd half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Well, Brent, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Jags, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Texans, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7.